Welcome on in to another edition of Smart Chat, and these are your Week 1 NFL picks. Week 1 for the 2016-2017 picks. And these picks are for your entertainment purposes only. They're not taken against the spread. They're taken as outright wins. Don't bet the house, don't bet the mortgage. These are just my thoughts and fun thoughts of predictions of week 1. And week 1 is always tricky. After week 1, you always look at games and sometimes you shake your head at the outcome of these games because it's so hard to pick. You really can't take any stock as to what you see in the preseason. So with that being said, I'm just going to pick 3 games. Last year, I was including the playoffs and regular season and Super Bowl prediction. I was 40-22. It's not bad from your buddy old pal. But week 1, Raiders at the Saints. And everyone thinks that this is the year for the Raiders. The quarterback has grown up a little bit. The running game is now. The passing game is now. The Saints are awful. Everyone is expecting the Raiders to have a big boom. But I don't think when you're playing the Saints at home, when you're playing the Saints at home, I usually give the Saints the benefit of the doubt, especially if I'm just looking at the point spread, just for analysis purposes only. The Raiders are favored by a point. Breeze, is coming off a new contract. Saints are just too good at home. Too good at home. The Raiders right now are a middling team at best. You have to see, at least for me, you have to see something from the Raiders. Give me the Saints to win. Give me the Saints to win. Game 1. Bears versus the Texans. Not the biggest Texan fan. Not the biggest J.J. Watt fan. But in the preseason, again, take it for what it's worth, the preseason, two of the teams that you always heard about, 3 actually, is the Vikings before, and then Bridgewater got hurt. But you also heard about the Steelers. Hope Ben does well. He's on my fantasy team. And you also heard about the Texans in training camp. Texans think they have a quarterback now. They put in a lot of money, crazy money, for a unproven quarterback. But it's his time. It's his team. They gave him weapons on offense, weapons on defense at home. Everyone's expecting a big year for the Texans. The Bears, yes. They have a dangerous quarterback in the sense of he could lose you some games, but he could definitely win you some games. And the Bears, they're in a rebuilding stage, and they're a long way from being finished. Bears with Cutler, again, they're always a threat. But I like the Texans big. Bears' offensive line is just too horrible. Give me the Texans for game 2. Chargers versus Kansas City. They say that the Chargers are improved. But this is an early division game in Kansas City. And this is huge. Huge game for the Chargers, even though it's week 1. KC has big plans, okay? They think this is a now team. But Jamal Charles, coming off of an injury last year, is not yet healthy 100%. But they have a lot more weapons now. They beef up their offensive line. I think when you look at, as the weeks progress, if you look at the scheme that Andy Reid will run with the tight ends, it will be something very similar to what the Patriots do with the tight ends. And if they do that, if they can pull that off, that's going to be very dangerous. At home, the pass rush for the Kansas City Chiefs is dominant against opponents. I think Kansas City, this will be their division this year. I think they'll win the division. Now, if I had just a little bit more confidence in their quarterback and the passing game, I would honestly pick them to go to the Super Bowl. just based on how this game is, just my gut, I'm going to go with Kansas City to win. Kansas City will win this. So my 3 picks, give me the Saints, give me the Texans, and give me the Chiefs. Week 1 picks. Let's get ready for some football. I hope all is well.